Ebony State massacre. Biafra group opts for self-defense. Or rather, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government have urged all Biafrans, both old and young, to defend themselves. Because even under the United Nations Charter Act of self-defense, according to them, they said it is never a crime. You people should not forget in a hurry that T.Y. Danjuma, who single-handedly murdered one of the Biafran generals, have called for this self-defense some time ago. So the information now before us here now is that the Biafrans are reacting. And the reaction of Biafrans is what we are going to take later at the end of this video. But first of all, let us read the news the way it is being published by the so-called Daily Post Zojurian Media House. Because I said this in some time ago that these people will never post anything that will be to the benefit of the Biafrans. No, but anyone they will see now that they will capitalize so that tomorrow they will tell you that so newspaper carry it. They are keeping all this thing for record purposes just to indict the IPOB in future, forgetting that we are 1,000 miles ahead of them before any other thing. So if you present this to the people in future, then the message that are being sent out there by retired general, or rather a very, very well respected killer in the military by name T.Y. Danjuma, we will also present that to you and tell you what do you do when this man made this comment. As simple as that. Yeah, because we they use one account, according to the information. Well, some people might say, oh, how am I sounding this way again? That yesterday I sounded so different. My brother, that is government for you. Yes, that is government for you. We disagree to agree, and that is the way things are being run. Everybody will not just come out and say, oh, we embrace it. No, there must be critics. And after the criticism, then what happens? We fall in place to continue with the government of the day. As simple as that. So let us continue where we stopped. According to this other headline, it said, the Nigerian military, guidance of injustice and architects of silence everywhere in the so-called Zojuria. Breaking news. Another attack. Bandits attacked Southern Kaduna. They are not bandits, but this one is a herdsmen. They launched first attack on the people of Kaduna again and butchered many. Well, we don't have more time to waste. We are going to dissect the news. Before then, we go to the reactions of the Biafrans over the announcement, or rather the bill that have been passed into law by Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe for more videos coming your way. Ogaga Ariemu is the publisher of this news. Simon Ekpa-led United States of Biafra has expressed outrage over the murder of over 20 villages in Nkalaha community of Ebony State in the Biafra nation. Daily Post recalls that the incident has attracted condemnations, with the Ohaneze Ndi Ajurajo under Bruno Youth Council accusing the governor of Ebony State, Mr. Francis Nwifuru, of not doing enough to protect the people of the state. The Ohanese youth group said it was more angry that while natives blame herdsmen for the massacre, Governor Nwifuru merely termed the attackers strangers. When they see him, he termed them strangers, where he know that these are the activities of Fulani terrorist herdsmen. Reacting on Wednesday, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who prides as the Deputy Prime Minister of Biafra, vowed that the people would henceforth embrace what we call self-defense. Under United Nations Charter, it is never a crime. She claimed that her Biafra group approved the self-defense and arms manufacturing bills, saying the move was necessary to protect the lives and properties of the people. During the just concluded 12 seasons of the United States of Biafra G Cabinet meeting, the following bills were proposed by the Deputy Prime Minister on behalf of the Prime Minister, voted for and passed into law by the Cabinet members. The right to bear arms and self-defense. Self-defense is necessary to the security of liberty and a free state. The right of people to keep and bear arms for the purpose of defending themselves and the state shall not be infringed. The United States of Biafra, as a state, is tasked with obtaining the means to locally manufacture weapons of defensive nature to be used to defend the state and the people, she claimed. It is unclear how Orabueze and her group would pursue such agenda, with Nigerian laws clearly prohibiting arms bearing by non-security agencies. Just an open manufacture of arms is not allowed in Nigeria territory. So Nigeria is against bearing of arms for non-security agencies. But Fulani herdsmen, broad daylight, are moving with brand new AK-47 and AK-49. And the Nigerian government has never arrested anyone or even prosecuted. Wahala, they finish. However, reports from a civil rights group, International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law, Enter Society, barely a week ago claimed that the security agencies and non-state actors killed over 180 persons in southeast Nigeria between December 2024 and January of 2025. Meanwhile, the security agencies in Nigeria have remained silent over the Inter-Society's report. Why can't they remain silent? Because the lives of the Biafrans does not matter. They want to wipe out an entire race and they think it is very, very easy for them. They are daydreaming. The Nigerian military, once perceived as the nation's shield against threats, now stands accused of something far more sinister: complicity in the suffering of its own people. In Amebu, or rather Amago, in Kalaha community, where Fulani herdsmen unleashed terror, the military actions or lack thereof have raised damning questions. Instead of intervening to prevent the bloodshed, soldiers allegedly stood by, only to return later not to help but to suppress the truth and to help people from taking videos and pictures on the site. Can you imagine that? On a Sunday morning, as villagers gathered in church, terror descended. Fulani herdsmen, emboldened by impunity, ravaged the community with ruthless efficiency. Homes were set ablaze, yam barns touched, and lives brutally snuffed out. In the face of such terror, where was the military? The sentinels warned to safeguard the country's integrity. Eyewitnesses accounts reveal a disturbing sequence of events. Rather than rush to aid those under siege, soldiers allegedly stood idly by, allowing the massacre to unfold unchecked. Worse still, after the bloodshed, they turned on the survivors. Mobile phones, the modern tool of truth-telling, became targets. Soldiers reportedly confiscated devices, threatening reprisals should any evidence of the carnage surface. Simon Edeze, a resident whose phone fell victim to military censorship, recounted the chilling directive, captured the aftermath on film, and faced the wrath of those meant to uphold justice. This wasn't protection. It was an orchestrated campaign to suppress the truth, to shield perpetrators from accountability, and to deny victims their voice. The irony is palpable. In a nation where security forces are meant to defend the vulnerable, they instead collided with those who bring terror by muzzling witnesses and confiscating evidences. They became not defenders of justice but enforcers of silence. A grim reminder of the erosion of trust between citizens and the state. Furthermore, the community's plight was compounded by official indifference. One of the narrators having the Deputy Governor, Patricia Ubila, swiftly ordered mass arrests in the aftermath, accusing residents of crimes against the very assailants who laid waste to their homes and lives. Can you imagine that? Where was the empathy for victims, the compassion for the grieving? Oh, my heart is bleeding. It is a testament to the Nigerian fractured reality that cows, not human lives, seem to warrant the swiftest response. When crops are destroyed, farms ravaged, and families torn asunder by marauding herdsmen, the state turns a blind eye. Yet, when livestock are harmed, the full force of the law descends. This double standard is not just negligence. It is a grotesque betrayal of the fundamental duty to protect all citizens equally. In the aftermath of Amago Nkalaha's tragedy, one truth remains starkly clear. The Nigerian military tasked with defending the nation's integrity failed in its duty by colluding with the perpetrators, censoring truth tellers, and turning a deaf ear to the cries of the innocent. They have become complicit in a narrative of terror and impunity. The scares of Amago Nkalaha will not fade easily. They serve as a haunting reminder of a military's Solomon duty betrayed by a duty to protect, uphold justice, and stand unwavering against those who seek to sow fear and division. Until accountability is restored, until justice is served, the shadow of complicity will loom larger over Nigeria's defenders, tarnishing their legacy and eroding the trust of those they swore to protect. Family Writers Press International. The last but not the least, bandits kill 11 in Kaduna. Bandits attack Kaduna community once again. And bandits launched a deadly attack on Showan Gayam village in Kaduna State's Chikun local government area on Tuesday night, killing 4 residents. 2 others sustained injuries and were rushed to an undisclosed hospital in Kaduna town for treatment. A local source who assisted in the burial of the victims described the assailants as heavily armed and executing a well-coordinated assault. All these ones are Christians that are being killed. According to the source, the victims' bodies were riddled with bullets, and 2 survivors, initially presumed dead, were later found to be alive after the attackers had left. Residents of the village remain in fear of a potential return by the assailants, who accused them of collaborating with security forces. A similar attack occurred last Friday in Zakara village, Kauru local government area, where heavily armed bandits killed 7 locals and abducted several others. A distraught resident of Kauri, Mohammed Sani, confirmed the incident to Sahara reporters. It was also reported that several houses were set ablaze and properties looted by the armed assailants. According to the source, there is an alleged media blackout on violent crimes in the area to avoid contradicting government claims of a peace agreement with so-called bandits. Wave of kidnapping and rising fear. On Sunday, February 2, it was reported that residents of Fadan Ruruma in Komuna Chiefdom Kauru local government area freed their homes following the abduction of 17 people. The victims were taken during a recent attack on the community, as confirmed by the Community Development Association Forum. Condemning the attack, the forum's public relations officer, Daniel D. Archie, urged authorities to take immediate steps to strengthen security in those areas. The statement described the incident as part of ongoing attacks, kidnappings, and killings targeting innocent Christians and civilians in Chikun local government. According to the forum, people are being attacked, kidnapped, and almost daily without fear. The worsening insecurity has forced many residents to abandon their homes and farmlands, leaving crops unharvested, and the government are not doing anything about it. Anyway, my people, I rest my case. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.